All right. This is some old school logarithms here. We're not graphing. We're just necessarily looking at, can you solve this? And remember, you're starting here. You're raising it to that power. You're setting it equal to that. It's in that progression that we want to get used to. So it's 4 to the second power is equal to 3x plus 1. That's a 16 in my book. So you got 16 is equal to 3x plus 1. You subtract the 1, you get 15 equals 3x. You divide by 3x equals 5. All right. You get something like this. Oh, it doesn't have, this one's broken. I don't know. Oh, yes, you do. It's a 10. Okay, so this is 10 to the second power equals x plus 3. That's 100. You subtract 3 from 100, you get 97. Okay. Something like this, same deal. Don't forget it's a base 10, and it's 10 to the first equals this quadratic. This one here even looks a little bit crazier. So 10 to the first equals x squared minus 3x. Subtract the 10 from both sides, factor and solve. I'm going to let you do that one on your own. But this one here looks a little kooky. 3 to the fourth power is equal to x minus 1 quantity squared. Now there's a couple approaches here. I could raise this to the fourth power and get 300 and some sort of number, I believe. 243? 243. I'm guessing 243. I'm just going to make sure because this is, for posterity and stuff. Fourth power. Oh, silly me. 81. That was way too much. I was making way too much of that. Anyway, 81 is equal to x minus 1 squared. There's a couple different approaches. I can foil this and go through that process, or I can take the square root of both sides since they're both perfect squares. One thing I have to keep in mind when I solve by taking the square root, I get an x minus 1 on that side. I have two things on this side because remember there's two solutions. Those two things are a plus or minus 9. Okay? You have to consider that to get both your solutions. If you FOIL this out and subtract 81, you're going to end up with, well, I'll show you in a second. Add 1 to both sides of this, and you get 1 plus or minus 9. 1 plus 9 is 10. So x equals 1 plus or minus 9. 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 minus 9 is negative 8. And real quickly, I'll just show you how that translates if you FOIL this out. When you FOIL that out, you get x squared minus 2x plus 1. And if that were equal to 81, and you subtract the 81 from both sides, you get x squared minus 2x minus 80 equals 0. That actually factors to be x minus 10 and x plus 8 equals 0. And when you set those equal to 0, you get a 10 and you get a negative 8. So it doesn't matter how you do it. I think it's a little easier to take this and undo the square. As long as you remember the plus or minus, you should have no problem there.